what news value did it have? What did the public gain? That was always our rule. What will our readers gain if we publish this? And a lot of times the answer was, well, not that much. So we're not going to publish it. I don't believe it has much news value. Of course, there's a commander of Delta Force. There's a commander of the Navy SEALs. Do we want to put his picture on Twitter? Okay, put his picture on Twitter. I'm not sure what value it has. I mean, is he saying that this commander's a bad dude, or should have? Is if Harp is trying to make a point, then is he a journalist or is he an activist? This smells of activism to me, and as a journalist, I want to distance myself from the Harps of the world because I don't know what news value this has.
Well, I to that I would say you publish the news value that I would see out of it as an editor if we were going to have this argument. If we're sitting in an editorial meeting and we're discussing it, whom do we hold responsible for the tactical decisions that has some inherent news value now and in the future? To know who's making the decisions, putting our people in I want to know that it was General Longstreet or General Ulysses S. Grant.
But that's not the task force.
No, that's not.
Commander.
But I'm saying that's where the discussion would be. That is where you would discuss the news value. That's the only news value I could see in it is are we holding people accountable who make the tactical decisions? That's where I would start. And I'm not saying where I fall on it, because quite frankly, I'd want to hear as an editor, that's where I would start the discussion. Gentlemen, why would we disclose this man's name? And
I'm sorry. What tactical decision are we holding him accountable for?
Exactly.
Carrying out the order, carrying out the go order. Because if you're trying to make a point that he should have denied the order, then you come over to me as an active. If Harp's point
you want to know
the commander should have said, no, we're not doing it, Mr. President.
No, you want to know the guy's names for simply the decisions that are made in releasing in executing the plan, not whether or not he did the plan. I mean, that would that's a good point, and that would be also in the discussion. I'm saying that's where the discussion starts.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is such an important discussion, that this issue, this question, and this is not going to be discussed. This is why the groups who I support and sometimes work with about freedom of the press, they will not discuss this. They will only take this, black and white.
It's not black and white
issue. No, I know, but they will take a black and white position of you can't stop us from doing whatever we want to do without putting the nuances. I was involved with the New York Times back about 15 years ago, where the New York Times had an internal debate and did an article on this, like their ombudsman or something, did an article that I got quoted in about they published the name of a CIA official. And the question was, why? Why did we do it? I had never heard the guy's name before, and I work with the CIA all the time.
And representing what are those?
Right? But because the notion was, it became very clear the only reason why the New York Times named this guy was to one-up the Washington Post, to show that they got more information and had greater access on an issue on that particular story that was involved. It added nothing newsworthy to the story, because 99.9999999% of the world doesn't know who this guy is.
Right.
The name was meaningless. And the same thing, I think, with this. And I think that is a very good question as to what the role was. Now, again, just like our first story, it is a different issue from should the subpoena have been issued by the House Government Oversight Committee? Is this political by the Republicans? Is it political by the Democrats?
The nuance.
Should the Democrats take a hit even greater because you went along with it and you're the one supposed to be defending press freedom? How about you, hypocritical Republicans? You were saying Democrats kept attacking the conservative minority. Why are you doing it now the other way around? But the real issue is should this guy have been named or photo published in the first place? Did this journalist, lawyer turned journalist, whatever he is, create a situation that never should have been created?